Hi Travelees, this is Miss Hogan again with another helpful hint. Today's hint is about booking your flights and a couple tools that you can use to do that. Before we get into those sites, we're going to use Expedia and Travelocity. There are lots of sites that do these same things, but these are just the two we're going to use for today. A couple of reminders from Ms. Monsef that you're departing on June 2nd and returning on June 8th. You need a round-trip flight. Okay? So where do we go? If I open these websites up, they look very similar. So this is Expedia, and you'll notice you can look for flights and hotels or bundle deals. We're just going to look at flights for right now. So flights is highlighted. I clicked on round trip. I said I'm flying from Cedar Rapids, and there's that code. Okay? And I'm flying to, and if I type in here, I do this and type in Washington, D.C., you'll notice that it pops up the three airports that we already talked about. So there's Baltimore, Washington, we have Ronald Reagan National, and Dulles. And there are their three codes. So you can search by airport code. And let's pick Ronald Reagan, Washington. And departing date June 2nd, so you click on here, select June 2nd, return date June 8th, so you select that. And for the sake of this particular activity, I realize that you guys actually fall into this category age-wise, but these sites won't let you travel without an adult, so we're just going to assume you guys are actually adults for this. Okay? So just search for 3 or 4 adults depending on how many people are in your group. And then you're going to hit search. And what this will do, will bring up all of the flights that are possible. And we'll wait for them to load here a second. There's a drop down over here where it says price. So it's going to, when it's done loading all these options, it's going to sort from the lowest price. And then they'll get more expensive as you go down the list. You can click on this and choose if you want to fly and spend a lot of money on your plane flight, you can click on highest. Or you can go for duration of your trip, meaning the shortest route or the longest, like layovers. Or you could pick by departure time, like if you know you want to fly out early in the morning, you could see what those departure times are. Or if you want to arrive late in the afternoon or in the evening there, you could do it by that. But it's always going to default to the lowest price first because that's how the majority of people search. And then as I scroll down here, you can evaluate what your flight plan is. So this is a one-stop flight, meaning you'll fly from Cedar Rapids. You will have a layover at the airport, whose code is ORD, which is actually O'Hare in Chicago. And then you will land at Dulles. Okay? In total, that's a 4-hour and 20-minute trip, leaving Cedar Rapids at 6:30 in the evening and arriving in D.C. at 11:50 at night. I would be careful about arriving at any of these airports late at night because then you're traveling late at night to get to your hotel. So I would think the safer thing to do is to pick a flight that lands a lot earlier in the day. Okay? But you can see these first ones are all going through Chicago. This one, CLT, if you're not sure what that airport code is, you can look at the list of airport codes here, and that was CLT. So I come down here, here's CLT, and I see that that's Charlotte. I'm assuming that's Charlotte, North Carolina, that you fly through, would be my guess there. So you can, if that's important to where you fly through, you can certainly look at that. The other thing you need to know about these what flights that come back here is this actual price over here. So if we were going to choose this flight, and that was the perfect one for your group, then this price over here, $425.60, is a per person ticket. That is not $425 divided by 3. That's a round-trip ticket, so each of you would be spending $425 out of your $3,000 to fly. Okay? So that's the number that would get recorded on your individual budget trackers. I'm going to flip over here to Travelocity. Travelocity screen looks almost identical. Okay, so it's the same concept here. You can, the reason we put 2 in there is so that you can compare and contrast, or more than one of you can be looking at different sites. There are different options there for you. Okay, so that is my tips and tricks about using these sites and booking a flight to Washington, D.C., a round trip one. Enjoy your flight.